Good afternoon, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing well and having a great Sunday. Today, I had a thought that crossed my mind while speaking to a friend of mine. He asked me what I believe, a pertinent question, a very important question. He said, Gerald, how do you define success? You've been through a lot in your life. You've had a variety of stages, from coming from Africa as a refugee, being able to graduate college, to eventually becoming a financial advisor, and all the other trials and tribulations you've had to experience in your life, from the ups and the downs. How has that led you to truly define success? And I couldn't help but to be very inquisitive and aroused, I'm aroused intellectually by that question, because I've always believed through prior education and continued education that success is a gradual realization of an ideal goal. And it's always been that for me over time and even still. But I wanted to take it a little further to reaffirm why I believe that success is a gradual realization of an ideal goal. And it occurred to me that my YouTube channel that I currently have, which is Building a Legacy Brick by Brick. And I started to really ponder on success and what was my objective of identifying such a title, because quite often when we think of legacy, and I too have been guilty of this in many ways, we think of legacy as what we're able to acquire, personal belongings, real estate, different things that we're to acquire through our lifetime, and it substantiates the legacy we're able to leave. But over time, having put some thought into, some of the things that I've come up with my channel, which I said is Building a Legacy Brick by Brick, initially when I identified that title, my perspective at the time was I'm going to be acquiring real estate, I'm going to be starting businesses, and then in addition to that, I'm going to be invested in the stock market. And all those things are great attributes to have in place in order to be able to acquire some financial success. We all know that real estate is pertinent if you're building success. And if you don't know, you should know now. And in addition to that, you would know that starting a business leads to exponential wealth as well. And not to forget, investing in the stock market, which also has an impact on exponential wealth. However, as I have grown older, legacy is not only tied to financial gains and financial attributes of us. Legacy has also become, when you think of the definition of success, gradual realization of an ideal goal. Your goal can be tied to anything. Your goal can be seeing your children graduate college successfully, acquire great jobs, or start businesses, whatever the case is, or maybe not even college, being able to have an impact in your children's lives, being involved in your children's lives, being involved in your community, being involved in your family, being involved with the community of friends that you do have and how you're able to impact them, being involved in the world, in the people you interact with on the day-to-day, or people who you sometimes just come across from time to time. How are you able to be an impact in their lives? How do you impact people through your meeting with them? Those things also encompasses legacy building. When people speak of you, what do they say about you? What do they reference when they say, oh, I know that guy, when they actually do know you? Now, I'm not talking about people online who get an idea of where they think you are when they don't even know you. But your family, your friends, how do they speak of you? Those people who you keep closest to you. That impact is also legacy building. And so after having that conversation, I really just wanted to take some time to kind of share with you all. My passion has always been to create a successful kind of life that leaves a legacy for my children. And it is still that. But in addition to that, my passion has also been to be able to touch people out there who are far and people who are near. If I create an enlightenment for you and I show you something that you would have otherwise realized within this moment, then in my opinion, that's a gradual realization of an ideal goal. And in essence, it is success. And so for those of you who are out there who are contemplating on how can you be of impact? What is it? How can you establish a legacy? Your legacy is right there in front of you. It's a gradual realization of an ideal goal because legacy is tied to success. So when you think of success, you think of legacy. And that's how I want you to tie it together. I want you to be of impact in your children's lives, in your mother, your father, your best friend, your acquaintances. How are you able to represent some form of change or even an influence that is positive in their lives? And that's when you know that you're establishing a legacy. This is Building a Legacy brick by brick. My name is Gerald Addy. I want to thank you all for subscribing, for following. If you feel free to leave comments in the comment section. If you have any questions or any different perspectives you have as it pertains to legacy building, I'm open to hearing them and having more conversations over these things. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, which is Building a Legacy Brick by Brick. Facebook is Gerald Addy. Instagram, Gerald Addy. And of course, not to forget my TikTok, which is also Gerald Addy. Thank you all. Happy Sunday. Love.